So, like I said, just inverted, let your leg take a shape.
Okay.
You're just gonna, kind of wet now, just don't roll it right up. Just make sure you keep your clothes out of it. Which is the biggest thing. And,
Okay.
flat on the skin, that's it.
Yeah. I think I got everything out, yeah. Cool.
That's it, it's on, and that's how you want it to be on every time. You
Okay.
know, you see it's even taking your shape a little bit.
Yeah.
That's why you just don't wanna make a indented bubble in the end. Maybe these guys, when they come in there, something's right, it's not fitting good, and then when we take it off, I'm like, you know, squeeze the end of the liner, there's that much air.
Okay.
No wonder the leg doesn't fit. You've got all this liner folded up in the end.
Well, like you, even still, you touched on there, like if I had done, you know, pushed it in and had a bubble, I can't tell because I can't feel all that.
Right.
So, they, possibly their problem too, like I can feel you doing something, but I don't necessarily feel you in
Where?
that spot.
Right, yeah,
So,
and that's because all the nerves have been
yeah.
kind of maneuvered around to, you know, like I said, they'll push them inside the muscle once they're cut and all, just to try to keep them from being on the exterior, because we do have people that get neuromas, which is kind of where the nerves cut, it balls up, it gets close to the surface, anytime they touch it, it's actually painful.
Gotcha.
So they try to help eliminate that by, when they're cutting them and doing the surgery, they actually push those nerve endings up inside, and try to get the thickness of the muscle to keep from contact.
Gotcha.
You know, make it feel a little bit better. Unfortunately, as you continue to shrink from muscular atrophy, a lot of times as the muscle goes away, that nerve gets closer to the surface of the skin. So, don't have neuromas too much anymore. Used to have them there. Unfortunately, there's not a great treatment protocol. It's kind of a 50-50. You can send somebody back into surgery a lot of times. It doesn't help. So,
Gotcha.
you know, and then you can take medication. So you're in, you're golden. Like I said, you can see the origin right there, but it's not a necessity. Same thickness all the way around. So really, other than getting it on straight,
Okay.
that was perfect.
Cool.
Okay.
Now it really looks like I got a fake leg.
What's that?
Now it really looks like I got a fake leg.
You got some weird skin anyways.
Like a burial.
All right, so what I'm gonna get you to do, and I think you're plenty capable, either crutches, or you can stand and just put your hand right here.
Okay.
Get you to stand up. First thing I'm gonna do is get a length, okay? Now, what this entails is from your ischium to the end of the limb, okay? Your ischium, that is your butt bone.
Okay.
Okay, so when you sit on, you know, these chairs, you're probably not gonna feel them good. Bleacher seat, a countertop, a bicycle seat, you know, go back and forth, you've got two bones that are, you know, basically prominent. We have to put your weight somewhere. You can't end there, okay? It'd be like a cookie cutter, and you just eventually, that femur would just come right through the end of your limb. So
Right.
there's no end there, right, yeah. And if you ever get a socket shorted that I didn't make, and you feel like you're on the end of it, I didn't do that, but yeah, that's,
Yeah.
that's what happens. That's why you don't wanna have a socket that's too short, because you'll just walk on the end of that bone, and you'll know. We actually bear your weight on the ischium. So this is a ischial locking socket, basically, where you'll kind of sit in a depression, and it'll keep you, you know, supported by your ischium.
Okay.
So there's not a lot of nerves. It's gonna basically feel like you're sitting on one side.
Okay.
And that's kind of the sensation you'll get while you're in the socket, okay? So I'm gonna find that bone, I'm gonna measure with this neat little tool. And it's not bad, might be a little chilly, but I'm gonna measure your length. I'm gonna slide this, once I'm under the bone, I'm gonna slide this right up to the end of the limb, so I'll get your length. I always, in the first check socket, I always make you the socket a little bit long. And then when we put your weight in it, stand you on it, it's a clear socket. I actually hang you in the socket, and then I'm gonna bring the socket length up to you.
Okay.
And shorten it a little bit, because you don't ever wanna short somebody. Yeah, that's a bad thing.
Yeah.
Not good. Once I do get the length, I'm gonna make some tiny little marks about every 2 inches. I'm gonna do a tape measure and record those.
Okay.
And then we're done. Now, I get the length first, let you sit for a second, and then we can do it again, or you can stand. I don't know what your capacity is on this leg, should be pretty good, if I
Yeah,
guess.
it's pretty good.
Yeah, so if you want, you can just stay standing. I'll probably have my back against you, so.
Okay.
I don't know if you wanna move around, I'm sorry.
No, you're fine.
That's perfect. That's perfect. And this is for nothing other than, I don't get jelly out or anything like that.
I appreciate that too.
No jelly, we don't do that.
Never done that. I'm not a fan of it.
All right. So the ischium,
Like that tickles me.
sorry. Sorry, I'm not your girlfriend. So your issue's gonna be comfortable.
I'm trying, I really am.
Find your issue. All right, so you have a very prominent ischium. All right, so that's it right there,
Okay.
right?
Whew.
Feel pretty normal to you?
Yeah.
Just sitting on a stool or something. So what I'm gonna do, we're gonna get this tool at the end there.
That's not going any gap anywhere.
What's that? Yeah, it won't. It's just gonna kind of sit under your cheek right there. You good?
I'm good.
Okay, I'm still under there, and I'm gonna bring it up to the end and get it length. All right. I'll run away.
Definitely not gonna run fast.
You're about 11 3/4. And then we're gonna do just some little tick marks, actually.
Machine.
Can you, whatever's in your pocket,
Yep, just one.
pull that out, there you go, that's what was all the way down, see? Okay, we're gonna go just to the end. And I'm gonna mark. Probably leave it back and bottom. We're gonna try. So I'm gonna do 2 measurements at each place. One I'm gonna pull kind of tight,
Okay.
and then I wanna do one that's just kind of loose, it's not hanging in there. What they do is a kind of in between on those. So this one's gonna be high. So 585, and then I'm gonna relax a little bit. 590. You good?
Mm-hmm.
Almost done, that left leg, all right?
Yeah, we're good.
See, there's no swelling today, so those are doing a good job. And one more. That bottom. Okay. Good, my friend.
All right.
Good. You gonna do what your weight is right now?
I think it's right about 200, 202.
Okay.
I was bouncing around on a scale this morning trying to take it, and it said 210, and I think it's just because I kept trying to focus on it. But
No worries.
I came out when I weighed here originally, it was 190, and eating / working out every day, I think I'm about 200 pounds.
Okay. Shoe size.
Was awesome. Generally about 11 and a half-ish, somewhere through there.
Okay.
I know this thing can fit in my shoes, and this came from the internet, so it has some weird ass sizes on it.
Yeah, so the way the foot works, probably, so, do you have anything in the house that's like wore off the shelf bought?
Yes.
You can look and maybe call me. I don't have to have it today. So it's interesting the way the feet work. So there's no half sizes in prosthetic feet. There's typically only one width, like a medium width.
Okay.
Obviously, we want your shoe size to be whatever you need it to be.
Okay.
For your right leg. The left side, what I typically will do is go down a size.
Okay.
Okay, and a size being a centimeter. Prosthetic feet are sized in centimeters, so
Okay.
you're looking at, that's the difference between 10 and 11.
Oh, okay.
It's not substantial. A lot of people think, oh, that whole inch. No, that's not how shoes are sized. It's all centimeters, so the prosthetic feet are done the same way. So if you wear a 10, I'll typically go down to a 9, which is going to give you just enough room to make it easier to put the shoe on and off.
Okay.
Because I know you're going to change your shoes. Like me, different tennis shoes and whatever. The only rule really that is going to apply to you is that typically they need to be all very close in heel height.
Okay.
Most tennis shoes will be pretty close to a 3/8 inch. Now, if you try to put on like a Nike Shock, or there's a couple other that may have a higher heel.
But I don't know about boots.
Yeah, they need to be pretty similar.
Okay.
So what we want to do is target what you're going to wear the most.
Okay.
Now, what kind of boot are you talking about?
I mean, I do have these heavy ass work boots that are whatever, but I don't always wear the name.
Yeah, is the
Steel toes and
heel
all that. It's
pretty regular?
It's
or
pretty regular. It's nothing serious.
Even the work boots typically.
I think they're flat from those. If they did, it was that much difference.
Okay, yeah, I was gonna say, if this is a 3/8, a work boot is usually a half or 3/4. That's enough that it's gonna throw you off a little bit. So I can do it different ways. If I have somebody that loves a tennis shoe and then they also love this hiking boot they got, and it's a 1/4 inch difference or whatever, a lot of times what I'll do is I'll align the foot to the boot because it's the higher heel, and then come back in the tennis shoe and put like a 1/4 inch crepe wedge
Okay.
at the heel
Okay.
and just glue it in. Okay, you're gonna need it every day. I mean, so there's, you go, well, you're altering my shoes. Well, this is your leg, so it as long as we keep that heel alignment, then you'll need that wedge in there. And it's easier just to glue it in, because otherwise every time you tie a shoe, it falls out.
Okay.
What's gonna happen is this. So I'm gonna align the prosthesis, let's just say that's the foot. With the shoe, and actually I'll use this as the heel.
Okay.
If I align this pylon to that heel, so if that's the foot, I'm gonna align this pylon so it's perpendicular to the floor, okay? That's gonna keep your knee stable and unstable when it needs to be.
Okay.
Okay, if that makes sense, okay? So if you put a higher heel on, it shifts my pylon forward and it changes my alignment. It actually makes your knee unstable because it's pushing it almost into a bent stage.
Gotcha.
If that makes sense. So what I'll do is align it to the boot, which is the higher heel.
I don't know that. I mean, I don't have to wear them anyways.
And that's up to you.
So I mean, I'd rather at this point not.
Okay, that's up to you. And I'm just trying to tell you how it works and throw you out options. I can accommodate different shoes, heel heights. It's easier, of course, to just wear the same heel height. But I know that complicates things, like if you wear a boot to work or something like that. A lot of times you can find like these, like a hiking boot or a Merrill or something like that, that is still more like a hiking boot, but it's still like a 3/8 or a 1/2 inch. And it really is not enough that 1/8 of an inch that really throws anything off.
Okay.
If you get into a 1/4 or 3/8 or something like that, and this can be a game time decision. I mean, you can come to me after the fact. You've been wearing the leg for 3 months and you're like, hey, I got these boots and, okay,
Okay.
I can fix it then.
Okay.
It's not like it is a permanent fix. I can always readjust if we need to.
Okay.
What I typically try to get folks to do out of the gate is just leave one shoe on and be consistent with it.
Okay.
While they're learning. And that way you're not changing anything. Basically the alignment stays where I've set it. And I know that the knee is gonna function correctly at that and all that. I let people come back in and 4 months later, 6 months, and they go, this thing walking terrible, and they'll come in and walk, and I'm like, you changed your shoe. Yeah, I changed my shoe. I'm like, "Yeah, remember we talked about that?" Yeah, they just forget, and they buy another shoe, and they don't, whatever. They just assume it's the same height, and all of a sudden, the alignment, has changed. Now, you can also throw yourself the opposite direction. So if I align you a tennis shoe, you put on a flip-flop, which wouldn't work anyways.
I have questions about that too.
It's gonna throw you backwards. Now your knee's gonna be going into hyperextension because you've actually reduced the heel. So now the knee wants to go this way. Okay, well that causes problems. The knee's not gonna go that way, but it'll poke you in the top socket. So it can really affect a lot.
Okay.
So we want to be consistent on that, whatever you want to do. Whatever shoe, like I said, you can switch the tennis shoes as long as they're 3/8 of an inch, which is most of them. But I need to know your size. If it's an 11.5, then I probably want to get you an 11.
Okay.
I don't think I want to go down to a 10. I think there's just going to be a little bit too much room. So, kind of need you to tell me, now if it's an 11, then we can do 10s. So, can you look in one of your more consistent shoes and kind of figure out, just call Gail or Jennifer and just say, hey, I need 11.
Okay.
Or I need 11.5. In that case, if it's an 11, we'll probably go with a 10.
All right.
If it's 11.5, probably go with an 11. So I'll do whatever you want.
Okay.
It definitely makes it easier. And in shoes that are these stretchy, I'm gonna tell you right now, they're usually tighter, and you're gonna be able to see that prosthetic foot.
Okay.
So sometimes the style of tennis shoe, I've got a female and she likes these. I mean, honestly, they're like Nikes or something. When you put them on the floor without a foot in them, they almost kind of curl up because they're that one material stuff where they don't really have a lace. They kind of got a built-in tongue and it's all sewn, and then there's laces. But I call them bedrooms, like ballerina slippers, because they're prosthetic feet don't fit in them well. Like kind of more of a standard, lace up. Even a running shoe is fine, that kind of thing. Some of the other ones are hard to put on and off. So these are just things I know from experience. So
flip-flops are out.
You got to have something that holds the heel in the shoe. So like a standard thong flip-flop, yeah, they're probably not going to work. Now you could do like a Teva or
like Crocs
like
or something
more of a
weird.
sandally type. Yeah, it would probably work. I mean, that's kind of whatever you're comfortable in. But yeah, the only flip-flop that I've ever seen work really well was one of my soldiers, and you just put a nail up through the heel.
Okay.
Okay, well, you just put a nail through a $3,500 carbon foot. Don't worry about it, it's all good. We'll get you another one, right? Yeah, just the thong thing, there's just no way to, and probably, chances are, I think the foot we're getting you does not even have a split toe.
Yeah, I was going to ask
Yeah,
this.
some do and some don't. You're better off, playing on more of a, like a Teva. You familiar with a Teva? It actually, it's a sandal more so than a flip flop probably, but they're pretty open. But they just have something that comes across the front. You just have to have something to hold on. You can't, there's just no. You can't squint your toes with a prosthetic foot. I wish we did.
Yeah.
We're just not at that point yet. So the even like a Birkenstock or something like that, it's just gonna come off.
All right.
So yeah, sorry. I know that's not what you want to do.
I hate shoes in general, so.
I hear you. I don't think on vacation, I don't think I'll work shoes one time. I mean, I'm always in flip-flops, so I get you, and you know, if you come up with something, let me know.
Okay.
Get it out there for you.
Okay.
Because there's a lot of, I mean, you know, or if you see something that potentially, but a lot of times you really need something to go across that instep because, or it's got to capture the heels. If you don't, it just, there's no way to keep, you know, to keep
Okay.
it from sliding off. So that's where the problem exists. So,
All right.
yeah, I would love to give you the full bore on that, but I'm gonna have to let you figure that one out if you can, then you can let me know.
All right. I'll
Or come up with something.
I'll be determined to come up with something.
Yeah, make something, you know. But yeah, if you, really, if you can call me back on the shoe thing, let me know
Okay.
what you wanna do.
Yeah, definitely.
I don't even know that, you know, today. We're gonna fit a check socket and it's not gonna involve the knee or anything next time.
Okay.
It's gonna be on a post and I'm gonna let you weight bear. But I'll just be checking, you know, our fit and that kind of thing, and then the length and all that. And then the second one, we'll probably hook everything up and have you walk in a little bit.
Cool.
Okay?
How soon do I get to do that? For the next step, I guess.
Well, the sockets that I order, the Evolution kind of has their own socket design, so I actually order it. It's a CAD socket that they do. It looks very similar to that. So that, because of that top design, you know, I order it from them. They've even modified mine after I sent it back, which I always tell them, like, leave my socket alone, just duplicate it. But, so I got to order from them. I usually can have them back in about, you know, get the order put in today, Wednesday. I'll probably have it, you know, with shipping. I have it by next Tuesday or Wednesday. That'll be the first socket fit. The second one I do here.
Okay.
I don't send it off or anything like that. I just mark what I want to change. I pour it up with plaster and I make the adjustments, and then we pull another check socket here.
Okay.
So that one will go a little bit faster. Now, got to get the knee ordered. So that, I've got all the authorizations for that from everybody. So I can do that today.
Okay.
Get the knee ordered. Then it'll be kind of where are the manufacturers today with all this. You know, I was explaining to my child, you know, this weekend or something. She was like, well, we'll just, you know, get it from them. I'm like, well, hey, they've got people that are furloughed too, you know, so it's a, whereas everybody, you know, a lot of these feet are, you know, customer, they don't build them until they get orders for them, or, you know, so sometimes when I order through our fabrication house, we don't have any in stock. It has to come directly from Autobach.
Okay.
If you can get that, so we can figure that out, you know, sooner the better.
Okay.
The rest of it I'll get ordered today.
Cool.
You know, and hopefully there won't be any issues, you know, getting everything in. We're, you know, to be totally honest, we're slow. I mean, my FedEx has taken 2 days from Atlanta. I don't know if it's Atlanta or FedEx. I've asked both of them and nobody wants to really claim it.
Yeah.
But I think everything's just a little bit slower. I haven't really had any back order stuff, so I mean, I think we should be fine. You know.
So it'll just be a matter of when it actually comes in, then we can make an appointment.
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and set you up.
Okay, cool.
And that way we'll have an appointment.
Cool.
I don't wanna get blocked in.
Yeah.
And then I get socket back and I can't get you in for 3 days. It was actually scheduled before you walk out here today.
Cool.
And then I'll get the socket ordered, and either way, if it, you know, I'll schedule you for Wednesday and Tuesday afternoon, I don't have it, I'll call you and say, okay, it's gonna be by FedEx. I'll either have it or I won't.
Okay.
I'll call you tomorrow, you know, if it doesn't come, then there's no reason to come.
Okay.
And same thing, you know, on the other end, if it comes in early and I got a spot, come on.
Cool.
I mean, you know, the first fit won't take us, you know, depending on how much we talk, the first fit won't take 15 minutes.
Okay.
So it goes pretty quick.
All right.
Okay. So we need shoe size, and then outside of that, I'll get the socket order today, and we're like in the thick of it.
Okay.
So what'd you tell me, August?
That's what I'm hoping for.
Yeah, we're good.
That's what I'm shooting
It's
for.
you know, I already anticipated being an August delivery anyways. After I do my part and get it where I want, they make the sockets. That is not what I do. and they're good at it, and they're gonna turn out a much better product than I could, I'm
Okay.
guessing. So I send it to them, I pay them to make it, and they
Okay.
come back beautiful, and they're awesome, and, there's I'm usually looking at about a 10-day turnaround with shipping them.
Do I get to pick socket?
We can put something on it.
I just want the carbon fiber look.
Yeah, oh yeah, of course, yeah.
That's all I'm after.
Yeah, that's
I mean,
usually.
it'll be under clothes, so what's the point of putting something on it?
Yeah, I usually, the carbon fiber looks pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, with the knee and the color of it all, yeah, it's pretty tight. I use all black components, so.
Cool.
Yeah, it looks pretty sweet. Yeah, absolutely, yeah. But I do, like I said, it's their socket, I'll let them make it.
Okay.
I'm not you know, I know where my limits are with my staff, and I can't make it look as good as they do, so I'd rather pay them and have it come out the way it should be for you. My electrics, same thing, I send them off. I can make them here, but I can't. Hanger has an upper extremity program, and
Okay.
I'm in California. I send all my electrics to them, and they come back beautiful. I mean, you know, it's what I do all day. These I do, you know, one every 2 or 3 months, you know. Regular sockets, yeah, we fabricate everything here, but, that one I'll send to them, let the pros do it. So, that'll take us about 10 days, but we're right in there.
Cool.
We'll be, you know, it'll be August, end of August, you'll be walking around.
I'll take it.
That's the goal. So,
I'll take it, I'm ready.
all right, man. What else?
I think that's all I got right now. Like I said, I generally come up with questions as you're talking. I got some more. So, big thing I gotta figure out this flip-flop thing.
Yeah, well, I'll let you handle that one.
Yeah.
Trust me, that nail in the flip-flop thing, that was probably about 15 years ago, something like that. Of course, with the VA, you know, I don't know if your urban companies would be real happy if I call them and say, yeah, Jared put a nail through the bottom of his carbon foot, so. And it's probably not under warranty either, so I wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I'll let you wrestle with that one, and then if you come up with something, I'll help you get it out there.
Okay.
You can make some money off of it, maybe. The rest of it's pretty, you know, it's pretty self-evident where we are right now. We're moving. This was, you know, so we can get started. It'll move along pretty quick now.
Yeah, that's all I was after. I was just getting started. The next door was my worry part. Like, if they don't clear it, then I'm like, damn, I can't start. So
Yeah, you know, but here's the good thing. I mean, if I had not been able to get the script, and this is why I'm telling you the prior authorization, I mean, we're ready. But even if he had said, yeah, I want you to give it 2 or 3 more days, I'm ready.
yeah,
I mean, we are ready to roll out of the gate. So it works so much better. This is what we were shooting for. I mean, this is the perfect scenario. I mean, we got your prior off. I'm ready. I don't touch you. They give me the go, but we're ready. And see, I've got some Vassar guys that not until they're ready, we're not doing anything. No scripts, nope. Then the problem is, what if this was a 2-month deal? Now you're done, you're good to go,
Yeah.
and we don't have any prior off. So this worked out fantastic. Yeah, fantastic.
good.
So they were great, got us the scripts, and now you're cleared, and we measured same
Yeah.
day.
So do you need this back?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I mean, you know, I don't know that it'll benefit you. Probably better off
Yeah.
wearing a shrinker. It's going to stick to everything and just be a pain. Yeah, that was a little sticky.
Yes, it is.
I said for some reason, I'm not. Usually a little greasier than that.
Get away. There we go.
There it is. All right.
Cool.
And everything was good. Dr. Armstrong was.
Yeah, good.
Maybe I shouldn't have said that. Everything was good.
Yeah, the PA came by and she was like, oh, it looks real good. Talking and stuff, and he came in, he was like, looks good, man, right? Oh, thank you.
Yeah, leg looks
Cool.
great. Leg looks great. The fact that you've been wearing a shrinker too, it, you know, gives me a little confidence that this first socket, you know, we won't be messing with it and having fitting issues in 3 months because, you know, you shrink. You're going to shrink, but wearing a shrinker is integral to, you know, and you've had it on day one, so
Yeah.
you should be.
They were all surprised, and I don't know when they decide they're gonna put them on, but they're like, you already have it on. No, we don't really have it on yet. I'm like, they gave it to me in the hospital, like,
Yeah.
so.
you know, just a lot of the surgeons, and understandably, they're just a little slower with, especially if you you didn't have any staples.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, if you have staples, they wouldn't put a shrinker on you.
Okay.
You know, just because you catch one staple and go to pull that shrinker off. Yeah, then, you know, bad for everybody. But the sutures, I mean, really, if you're careful with it, you know, there's not really a con to it. You just have to be careful.
Okay.
You know, and then you get, I mean, look at your limb. It looks fantastic.
Yesterday was the first day I've actually looked at it, so.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, that's all right. That's okay.
I don't know if it's, fears for what it looks like or reality set into it, I don't know, but I've never really cared to.
It's all good, man.
So,
I had an arm patient that, I mean, it was a work strong case, and got caught in my press, and yeah, he wrapped it, and this was our appointment, and then he wouldn't. Anyway, they didn't do it. You know,
Yeah.
I get it. He's a young guy too. He's, you know, a lot of adjustment. You're gonna be fine.
yeah.
You're gonna be, you know, 20 years. It's just gonna be a matter of, you know, keeping that leg in good running shape like your car. I mean,
Yeah.
everything else will just be.
I'm more worried about this leg in 20 years.
Yeah, well, I mean, you know, just due diligence. You saw how the swelling came out. I mean, you know, I always tell her, I get it, but you got a long way to go on it. You know, it'll help just when you can start weight shifting.
Yeah.
You know, and when you, we can ask about the therapy. See what your caseworker says.
Okay.
But I can go across, you know, we can take a script, Dr. Armstrong, and say, hey, we just need some outpatient therapy.
Okay.
And that won't be a problem, but just, I guess, keep your caseworker in the mix, maybe, you know, just so you know. But once you get a therapy, I think they probably need to address the loft strands.
Okay.
But that's probably not a bad idea. I mean, for somebody your age and capability, I'd want loft strands. I mean,
Okay.
you know, it's just they're easier if you're out, and you know, than the auxiliary crutches. And these will start tearing your shoulders up over time.
Yeah, these are.
They put a lot of pressure on the shoulder joint.
Yeah, it's not a lot of fun.
If you can do loft strands, and you've got the, you know, and I don't mean this, you know, some people just don't have the coordination with crutches. They just don't get it. So I got young people occasionally on a walk, and I'm like, hey, you want to see about some crutches? And they're like, can't use crutches. They just can't get the timing, you know, and so
Never
certainly
thought about
those.
it.
But if you can use loft strands, yeah, I think, you know, you can probably have whoever's seen you, you know, at peak, if that's where we end up, have them address that. They
Okay.
could probably, you know, recommend that and see about getting you a pair.
Okay.
PT usually does that. We don't do any DME stuff, so I'd have to be happy to address it, but I don't order crutches. I don't do any of that
Okay.
stuff. That's Jennifer.
She's happy. I love her.
No,
She's
she's
happy.
great. No, she's like every day. She's the bubble factory.
Yeah.
You know. No, man, we're right on target.
Cool.
Keep wearing your shrinker, and
Well, let me, we'll put it back on here in a second.
yeah, we'll schedule you. I'll meet you up front. We'll schedule you for, you know, like I said, get that order in today, get it made shipping, and probably, like I said, we'll do Wednesday, probably, just be on the safe side.
Okay.
And get you fit.
Sounds good.
First fitting.
All right.
All right,
Sounds good.
all right, buddy.